Some selected Psalms, and we're in Psalm 57. Psalm 57, it's a Psalm of David when he was fleeing from the attacks of King Saul. King Saul was the king, and David had been anointed king, and Saul didn't want to let that happen. And so we pick up David's words in Psalm 57. Have mercy on me, O God. Have mercy. I look to you for protection. It's a prayer for help. David is fleeing for his life from King Saul, and he's asking God for help. I will hide beneath the shadow of your wings until the danger passes by. The danger, the disaster of maybe losing his life to King Saul by King Saul's hands. And so we have here a wonderful picture of mother hen cradling under her wings, protecting under her wings her little chicks. I will hide beneath the shadow of your wings. God, you protect me. I will hide in your refuge. I cry out to the God Most High, to God who will fulfill his purpose for me. He will send help from heaven to rescue me, disgracing those who hound me. And then in the New Living Translation, you find this word interlude. It could be a musical term. It could be also a term of meditation. Or think about what has just been written. My God will send forth his unfailing love and faithfulness. I am surrounded by fierce lions who greedily devour human prey. Of course, talking about King Saul and his armies attacking and chasing David, whose teeth pierce like spears and arrows, and whose tongues cut like swords. And certainly our words can have damaging effects, whose tongues cut like swords. Be exalted, O God, above the highest heavens. May your glory shine over all the earth. And so we had this prayer for help at the beginning of this beautiful psalm, and now we have praise to God as he continues his writing in verse 5 and verse 6. My enemies have set a trap for me. I am weary from distress. I am weary from distress. And of course, stress, medical profession has had many studies on stress and how it damages our psyche, our mental abilities, and even our physical life. And here he says, my enemies have set a trap for me. I am weary from distress. In verse 1, we saw danger. In verse 4, we saw that they were devouring him like prey. In verse 6, we see distress. They have dug a deep pit in my path, but they themselves have fallen into it. In verse 7, David says, my heart is confident in you, O God. My heart is confident. No wonder I can sing your praises. He has a great longing for God, a desire for God, and he puts his trust, his faith, his confidence in God, and asking God to, of course, protect him from King Saul's threats. Wake up, my heart. Wake up, O lyre and harp. May there be songs coming from my soul, my inmost being, songs even in the night. Wake up, my heart. Wake up, O lyre and harp. I will wake the dawn with my song. So we saw in verse 1 the danger. We saw in verse 4 how Saul was going to devour David. And then we saw in verse 6 the distress that David was under. And in verse 8 we see, I will wake the dawn with my song. Joy, praise, and thanksgiving will be made into songs to God for praise, how God is going to deliver David from King Saul's hand. I will thank you, Lord, among all the people. I will sing your praises among the nations. For your unfailing love is as high as the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the highest heavens. May your glory shine over all the earth. And so with this beautiful prayer, this beautiful psalm of God's protection in the midst of terrible times, terrifying times for David, as King Saul was wanting to wipe David off the face of the earth. He says, God, I trust in you. God, I put my confidence in you. God, I take shelter under your wings. God, in all this distress, I lean on you for your protection. Beautiful psalm of how God helps us in the midst of difficult times. May it be a comforting and reassuring psalm for you. Thank you, and may God bless you.